Hey guys, what's up? It's Joe Rady from Rady's Rides. I'm here at LHT Performance in Pinellas Park, Florida, and we have probably one of the hottest import classics of all time. This is a 2001 Acura Integra GS-R. What makes this car extra special is that it's actually owned by the founder of LHT Performance, John. This is his baby. He's built it, and there's gonna be some interesting touches that are just gonna blow you away. But let's talk a little bit about Acura history. So Acura's been around since 1986, if you could believe that. It is the premium brand of Honda. The Integra was there with the start of Acura in 1986. One thing that you're gonna find with this particular one, John likes to call this a resto-mod. And if you know what that means, you would know that you're gonna get a little mix of some restoration, but also some modification. And LHT Performance is one of the biggest companies when it comes to modifying, especially Honda and Acura products. When it comes to the Honda S2000, that iconic car, there are people who actually bring their vehicles as far as Canada, California, Texas, and everywhere else to LHT Performance to have John and his crew do what they do best, and that is not only maintenance, but also modification. With this Integra GS-R, I know everybody would always go to the Type R, the Integra Type R, as being that pinnacle of import performance from Acura, but this GS-R, I really think is a sweet spot in that lineup. And if you're wondering, well, what does GS-R stand for? It actually stands for Grand Sports Racing. And I think that when we go over this particular one, you're gonna see that there's a lot of goodies that you actually are gonna find on a Type R in this particular vehicle. So let's go ahead, dive into John's 2001 Acura Integra GS-R. Right off the bat, you'll notice that it's featured in this beautiful Milano red. He had it stripped down and then painted this beautiful color, all new headlights. So we got new headlights, and you'll see when we get to the tail of the vehicle that you're also gonna have brand new taillights as well. You could see where we were going with very simplistic styling, very iconic styling from the 1990s into this 2001. Now, there is a fake vent here, so we are gonna zonk that, but one thing we're definitely not gonna zonk is watch when you come across the center section, that massive custom-built intercooler by LHT. We're gonna get more into the modifications, but that is one that is staring us smack dab right in the center and really just stands out and pops behind all that red. I love the very small Honda badge that he put on this Integra. And then you'll see the nice opening there really has that classic look. Now, if you're wondering, well, is this sitting lower? It actually is. It's sitting on Skunk 2 coilovers, which drops it about 1.5 inches from where it was stock. But at the front end of the business, you can see that restoration piece with the headlights and definitely with the bodywork and paint. Now, when we go up onto the hood, very simplistic lines, nice and light, all the way towards the A-pillar. They kind of fade away. And if you know import cars, you could be a million miles away and covering one eye, and you know that this is an Integra. Just that classic style. Now, when we get to the side of the vehicle, you see what we're working with, wheel and tire setup. So we have 16-inch wheel, because back in 2001, we didn't have 20-inch wheels yet. 16-inch wheel, 215 on the width, really, really nice, 45 series on the sidewall. You can see the amount of gap we have. It sits just right. These wheels were custom brought over to be part of that Type R combination that John brought into this build. Love the bright red H there. So much history. And then behind that, you're gonna see an upgrade in brakes. You're gonna have Stop Tech rotors, slotted and ventilated, and also you're gonna have inside those stock calipers are gonna be some Stop Tech hot pads. Behind this whole assembly, we have steel braided lines. So this is a build that not only is about the style, not only about extra horsepower, but definitely also taking into consideration handling and braking. But you can see the color combination spot on the money. Now, when we go down the side, you have your nice bright yellow side marker light. These are things that were touches that you would find on this generation of vehicle. towards the rear. Nice large style sunroof. We keep working, and I'm telling you, this body is so straight. It's unbelievable. Not a dent. Everything is lined up perfectly. And as we get to the rear, you have that nice iconic spoiler, just the right height. Let you know that this is about performance. And I know that we keep saying Acura Integra. John decided to bring that Japanese flavor, that JDM flavor. In Japan, they don't have an Acura brand. They only have Honda, and that's why you find the Honda name badge and the H on the back. That's part of that resto-mod flavor. Outback, like I said, brand new, original style taillights to match the headlights. I love the flat black on this diffuser area. We got the Integra name stamped in the rear bumper cover. And then this exhaust is a thing of beauty. Full titanium, and you'll see when we pop the hood, full titanium exhaust, custom welded and fabricated by the people here at LHT Performance. But if you're ready, I'm ready. The outside is great. Let's go ahead and pop the hood and see what's the heart of this Integra. All right, guys, we got the hood popped. I am not zonking the prop rod on this classic Integra, but look at that thing of beauty. What you are looking at is that 1.8 liter naturally aspirated inline 4 VTEC motor. Remember, we're talking about 8,000 RPM redline. Now, when it comes to modifications, LHT has built this engine with CSS sleeves, pistons, and rods. It features their custom LHT turbo kit, which is going to include that custom intercooler, the titanium intercooler piping. Here is the big shocker of the day. This car has power steering and AC. All of that piping, like I said, is titanium. It's got the LHT custom built twin loop exhaust, those JDM 5-lug wheels, and what you're going to have connected to this engine is an Integra Type R gearbox that has been worked through by LHT Performance. It's got a clutch, Masters clutch, racing clutch. You're also going to find those coilovers that I was telling you about. The Skunk 2 intake, absolutely beautiful. That intake is a thing of beauty. Everywhere you look, it's like you could sit and stare. You got a air oil separator. You have your Boost Lab turbo nicely located right up front. John matched the paint of the cam covers with the wheels. That's an LHT Performance custom made plate. Everywhere you look, the touches from the mounting for the hold down the battery. It's just, there's so much hard work, so much soul. Even that strut tower brace is a thing of beauty, and that's what you're going to get if you own an import car, especially a Honda or an Acura product. John puts that type of attention not only into his own car, but also into his customers' cars. But why don't we get to the best part? First of all, I'm sure you've probably been wondering, well, what about horsepower, Joe? All of this, he went for a nice middle of the road performance, 350 horsepower to the wheels. To the wheels, not at the crank, to the wheels. This block setup, the way the engine is set up, you could produce about 500 horsepower. He wanted something that he could drive on the road, enjoy, not have to worry about issues, and have that air conditioning keeping him cool in the hot Florida sun. But speaking of hot, let's fire up this Integra and hear what it sounds like. All right, guys, we're inside this beautiful 2001 Integra GS-R. Just mind-blowing, the condition of this car. Now, if you're wondering, well, how long did it take John to build this? It took about 9 months, and this was not a specific focus build. He was busy, obviously, working on customer cars and doing a little bit here and a little bit there. It took 9 months to get it to this beautiful resto-modded, because remember, we're talking about restoration, we're also talking about modification. Let's take a look at the door panels. Absolutely perfect. They look brand spanking new. That was the style back then in the 90s and early 2000s, so cannot zonk anything there. You even got a place to vertically place some Twinkies down there in this GS-R. When we come to the dash, same story. Normally these things get all cracked up. They're peeling away. Perfection. Absolute perfection. I like the way he brought some of this dry weave carbon fiber over the AC vents. Look at the AC controls. Everything is so slim and trim in this vehicle. Keep following down. Of course, you have your 90s style head unit. There's a Pioneer sound system. Little cubby for those Tootsie Rolls. You got your 12 volt right there. You pull that out, you have place for your breath mints. And then I'm really digging the way it says Integra in that carbon fiber around the shifter. Remember, this shifter, that 5-speed from an Integra Type R, nice short throws, crisp engagement. It even has that Type R shift knob, which you would expect, that nice, beautiful shift knob there. Really gives it a great look. And this is a piece actually made by Skunk 2, which is very nice. Another little cubby down here. This is where you could keep all sorts of Kit Kats, maybe some of those miniature Snickers. Good old-fashioned e-brake. This armrest, this is what we were working with back in 2001. Seats come from a Type R. So you got your Type R seats. The bolstering is nice. I love the red stitch work is great. And then these custom-made red seat belts just give it that extra touch to really just bring out the whole Type R in this GS-R build. But why don't you come over to the business end? I want to show you behind the wheel of this Integra GS-R. All right, guys, business time behind the wheel. You have your manual seat controls. John decided, you know what, he couldn't find a replacement airbag steering wheel, so he decided, hey, if you're gonna do it smart, go with Sparco. Nice size with the red stitch work, looks phenomenal. That dash is out of a Type R from the UK, because remember, the Type R was sold in different countries and each one had a different layout, and with this UK dash setup, you have the tach that goes up to 10,000 RPM. VTEC motor is all about getting into those higher revs. Even the pedals, I'm loving the classic look of those aluminum pedals. Only one way you're getting this car, and one way only. That is with a manual transmission. And like I said, the whole point of this build was to have a car that was drivable. Here we are idling, nice, rock solid. It's not about to sputter or stall out. Super smooth, and AC and radio and power steering. But if you're ready, I'm ready for the best part, and it's an honor, John. Thank you for allowing us. We're gonna take this GS-R for a spin. All right, guys, we left LHT Performance. We're in the 2001 Integra GS-R. Here we go. Woo-hoo-hoo! Wow! Oh my God! The sensation, the car being just so light, and I'm telling you, this thing is built to a T. Balance so perfect. I don't want any more horsepower. I know John said that the way that this engine's built, you can get 500 horsepower out of it. I think 350 is more than enough for those front wheels. And the sound, the sensation, the transmission is so crisp, shifts so nice and smooth. Just hear that turbo. It's such a balanced car, and this is what being a car enthusiast is all about. These types of cars, especially from the 90s and the early 2000s, for me are some of the best cars ever, especially from Japan. Japan was really bringing it, and bringing it in a big way, and you could really see with how this car is. I love the way the car has a nice cam lope to it. Really just, wow. That's all I can say. All right, guys, we found a little area to kind of stretch our legs a little bit in a second. One thing that just blows my mind, like I said, is the drivability of this car. If there's a zonk I could give, if you're gonna drive this on a regular basis on the street, Of course, that big, large wing is smack dab in the center, but who cares? I don't care. That's what this car is about. It's about that performance, that image, and it's purposeful. It actually does something. It's not just a handle on a grocery cart. But here we are sitting. The temperature is nice, rock solid. Pulling away from the line. Here we go. Clutch is easy to modulate. I tell you, getting traction though. Woohoo! Wow. Wow. The suspension soaks up the bumps really well. Obviously, this is a racing coilover setup, so you are going to get a little bit of bounce, but it really soaks it up well. Super smooth. You're not waiting for boost, and that thing just, the tach just goes bam! Really, really quick, so you need to be on your A game super fast. I love the sound though. The sound is just spot on the money, and that's what building exhaust is about. It's not just about welding a bunch of pipes together. It's about doing it in a way to make the right amount of performance, but also the right sound that you want. But this Clutch Masters clutch, spot on the money. The Stop Tech brakes work amazing. Here we go. Right all the way out. Woo! Yeah! Oh my God! Oh. I really appreciate John allowing us access to his baby. And really this helps showcase, like I said, what LHT Performance is all about. Great build. I'm telling you, if I wanted an Integra, this is the way I would want it. I know everybody wants a Type R. You're gonna be paying that high dollar. This is a great way to get in, do the mods yourself, have John at LHT Performance do it, and you're gonna have something so unique and so usable. That's the great news about this. Wow. All right, guys, once again, we're gonna roll on in second gear. The R's climb. Yahoo! Really nice on those brakes, so Stop Tech brakes, doing the business. Really nice. This is such a fun car. Here we go. Just let it climb. Really nice and smooth. Yeah. It's a blast. It really is a blast to drive. It's just something that you don't have this anymore in cars. I mean, I know there's faster cars. There's cars with more horsepower. This personality of this particular Integra GS-R is second to none. It really, really is. Wow. The sound. It's like a roller coaster ride. It really, really is. All right, guys. It's been a hell of a ride. We need to bring this back. I know John wants his baby back. So we're gonna head back to LHT Performance, but one last time, here we go. Second gear on throttle. Woo! Yeah! I'll see you in a split second. All right, guys, it's been one of those magical days here on Rady's Rides. Being able to not only review, but drive this 2001 Integra GS-R. I definitely gotta thank John and the rest of the crew here at LHT Performance for allowing us access to his baby. It really shows the attention to detail and what LHT Performance is all about. 350 horsepower to the wheels of a front wheel drive car. It was mind blowing, and I'm glad that you were there with us. Please check out his channel, LHT Performance, and definitely like and subscribe. Putting out awesome informational videos with his builds and all the other things going on here at the shop. And of course, if these are the types of things that you like to see on Rady's Rides, leave a comment in the comment section. If you're new and you're on your way out, hit the subscribe button. I promise you it's worthwhile coming back for more. If you are a subscriber, thank you for being part of the Rady's Rides family. If you want to help us keep making great content just for you on the channel, click the link in the description. Get yourself some Rady's Rides merch. Got to give it up to Big Guns McGee. He really enjoyed this import car, one of his favorites of all time. So thank you, Tom, for your hard work. And just like always, guys, I'll see you on the next ride.